I want to cut this sheet of aluminum to make something for a motorcycle, and because part of it's going to be visible, I want to get really clean edges. Rather than spending hours cleaning it up after cutting it on the bandsaw or a hacksaw or something, I want to run it through the circular saw and see how great the edges come out. I've seen other people do it. I'm a little paranoid about it. I've cut very thin, small things, little pieces, but never a 1/4 inch sheet like this. So I'm kind of paranoid about it, and I'm going to share how it goes. If I come out of it with all my fingers and I haven't shot this piece out into the car in the driveway here, then hopefully it'll give you some confidence to do the same thing. And just like you should do with a piece of wood you're about to cut, the first thing to do is inspect the material for squareness, for junk on the edges. And the first thing I discovered here is, I don't know if you can hear this, I'll put it next to the microphone. There is an edge here that I can feel my hand scraping against, and I have a fear that that could catch somewhere. And again, I'm being a little paranoid here. I'm going to make sure that this is as clean and as safe as possible, even if I don't need to. But yeah, these edges need to come off. Now another step I'm going to take here is to apply blade coat to this blade to help minimize any possibility of galling, of transferring material onto the blade. This is something I use anyway when working with particularly difficult woods, so it just seemed logical to do it with this situation. Now, in keeping with paranoia, I'm going to wear a full face mask. I wear glasses, but that doesn't seem like enough for potential chips flying. And I suspect this is going to sound like the main gun on an A10, so I'm going to wear hearing protection. I think it'll be pretty loud. Now, I'm also going to use my micro jig grippers to keep my hands away from the material and give me maximum control. This is the style that has little legs that come down and grab this. And I'm going to use this side simply as control of the other piece. So here we go. Well, that was about as drama-free as one could expect, and none of my fears were founded. That was just easy, clean, and perfectly safe. And our edges, not perfect. I probably moved it right here, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm not sure how I did this, but I'll be more careful on the others. It's probably a lot less cleanup than what would come out of a bandsaw. As you can see here, the sides have an angle. They're about 8 degrees, so I set up the Incra miter sled to 8 degrees, and that way I don't have to get my hands anywhere near this, and we get a perfect cut, hopefully. I'm going to wear the shield, but this time I'm going to do it without hearing protection because it didn't seem like it was that loud. So let's see how this goes. Well, again, another drama-free, easy cut. There's really nothing to this. And since it was in the sled, we should have a perfectly clean cut this time. And yeah, that is fantastic. So on that last cut, I was stupid and I forgot to put my face shield back on. And for sure you want to wear this. It's not that loud, the hearing protection is not important, but I was being pelted in the face with this. So I engaged my safety squint underneath my prescription glasses, and I didn't lose an eye this time. So the results are quite good, and then I cut the little smaller shapes on the bandsaw. I've got a standard wood slicer blade in there, and that worked just fine on the aluminum also. Again, zero drama. It's it's less drama than cutting exotic hardwoods with weird grain, because it turns out that aluminum doesn't have a grain, and it just cuts smoothly. It doesn't fight you at all. And so my next step right now is going to be to sand the edges, get that cleaned up, and then start drilling.